Hello YouTube, this is EnglishShooting and this is the review of the Smith & Wesson M&P 1522. I will be making a video of why I chose this particular 2.2 AR-15 and I will link that on the screen. Before I start, I just want to make a point that the rifle is cleared. I've got a breech flag in and I'm going to remove that so you get a better view. I also want to make clear that the magazine is empty. So I've had this rifle for a while now and I really love it. It's one of my favourite rifles to shoot. One of the reasons I like it so much is because of the functionality of it. It's got all of the functions of a normal AR-15 platform. The only thing it is missing is a forward assist. So you have your normal safety, mag release, and your bolt catch release. This rifle is fully compatible with all AR-15 products apart from uppers to make it a different caliber. You can put any Picatinny rail accessories. Here I have my Magpul forward grip. You can put any sights on it and even any trigger mechanisms inside. You can drop any standard AR-15 triggers into the rifle and they'll work perfectly. You can add any grips you like and any stocks you like also. For maintenance of the rifle, it's just like a standard AR-15 platform. You've got your two pins here, you push out and the upper comes away from the lower. So in your lower, you have all the standard parts you'd normally find. You have your mag release, your bolt catch release, your trigger unit, and your safety. The upper is much the same. You have a standard bolt and charging handle that comes apart. And then inside you have your ejector and you can see the beginnings of the barrel there. Putting it back together is really easy, just like a normal AR-15 again. In terms of reliability of this rifle, for me it's been pretty much faultless. The only problems I have had have been feed issues, and that's down to me not loading the magazines correctly. The magazines themselves are very nice, very chunky and very well made. They are particularly easy to load, just now and then I go a bit too fast and it causes the rounds not to stack correctly. The magazines themselves aren't particularly cheap over in the UK. They go for anywhere between £30 to £35, but I did find it necessary to buy a second one. One thing that did put me off this rifle was its construction. Pretty much everything is polymer. Your quad rail, your upper, your lower, and your magazines are all polymer. Now, it is a very sturdy polymer and a very nice polymer, but it still makes the rifle feel plasticky, and you can't get away from that. Now, it does make it feel like a toy because of that, but in all honesty, that's all this is. It's a toy. It's a bit of fun. You're not going to be taking yourself too seriously with it. It's not for combat, it's not for home defence, it is purely for recreational use. And although I would prefer it to be metal, with it being polymer, it makes it extremely light. You don't get tired shooting it, you don't get tired holding it, you can put many accessories on it and it's still very light. This makes it very pointable and easy to use and allows many different people to be able to shoot it well. The rifle out of the box is pretty much ready to shoot. You don't need to do any work to it, you don't need to add anything to it, it's just ready to go. A lot of people do say that out of the box the triggers on these are very heavy and can have a lot of play. I did find this to be the case with mine, so I dropped in an aftermarket trigger spring, gave the trigger unit a bit of a polish, and it seems to work wonders. I haven't actually taken any measurements yet, but I can feel it was a lot lighter and the trigger has become a lot crisper. So it's not a huge problem, it wasn't stopping me from shooting it, it wasn't really spoiling the fun of shooting it, it was just something I wanted to tweak myself. There are a few different variations of this rifle that you can buy. This one here is the A1 style comp. That means it has a screw cut barrel and the flash suppressor here and allows you to put on a moderator. If you don't want that, then you can buy the standard version without the screw cut. You can also buy an MOE version, and that is the Magpul version. Comes with the Magpul sights, Magpul grip and a Magpul stock. You can also buy the Performance Center, and that has a variety of different changes. You have the Smith & Wesson tuned trigger, you have a fluted competition barrel, you have a Vitor fixed stock and a Hogue overmolded grip. That is a very nice rifle, but I just think it's a bit over the top for what I wanted to do. In terms of the ammunition I shoot through this, I tend to use CCI MiniMag. That's purely my preference of ammunition, not necessarily the gun. I think it's a higher quality ammunition than most others out there, but this will eat up most 2.2 ammunition you put in. I've tried Remington Thunderbolt, Remington Golden Bullet, even Remington subsonic rounds, and it will still fire those no problem. I've even tried the Ely range of ammunition, the Ely Sport, Ely Team, that kind of stuff, and again has no problem shooting that. It really isn't fussy and will pretty much eat up anything you put in. Overall, I think this is an absolutely great rifle, shoots well. Bit disappointed that it is in polymer, but as I've said, you do get benefits of the lightness because of that. And in terms of the price bracket compared to everything else, as I've discussed in my other video, I just think for the money you cannot beat it. I paid £600 for this and I think it's great. I had very little problems with it, great rifle to shoot, easy to work on and buckets of fun. I would recommend, if you're thinking of getting an AR-15 2.2 platform, I just don't think you can go wrong with this. So that's all from me today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it helps in your decision of picking a 2.2 AR-15 platform rifle.